Sixth graders, welcome back to another screencast. In today's lesson, you're going to learn how to make another Google form, but along the way with this one, you're going to learn how to use a couple of different styles of questions. So if you think back to Monday's lesson, yesterday's lesson, you learned how to do a form with, the text box style question. I think you had a grid style question and even a checkbox. So we're going to get our introduction today with a couple other different types of questions. So let's get right on with it. All right, as you did yesterday, if you have to pause to go back, did a great job with it. I encourage you to do that again today. But let's go for it. Let's go to create and choose form. And in this form, we're going to ask people about sports. Okay, so a lot like yesterday when we started it, let's click those first several check boxes, and then let's get on with things. All right, the name of this form is going to be called Favorite Sports. And then for the form description, let's put in here, let's put please answer all of the questions and click submit. All of the questions and click submit. Let's add a little thank you with an exclamation point for their participation. All right, let's go for it. What's the first question going to be? First question is, how much do you like sports? Question mark. And instead of it being a multiple choice question, right here what we're going to choose is a what's called a scale question. And a scale question lets you kind of rank things from 1 to whatever. So let's give them a 1 to 10. On a scale of 1 to 10, we'd like them to kind of rate this. Okay, you know what? Forgot the help text right there. Okay, please choose an answer below. All right, sorry about that. Anyhow, the label for our least like to play sports, I'm going to put in here never. Okay, so if they choose 1, that means they never play them. And then if they choose 10, let's put as often as I can. That can be our 10. As often as I can. Exclamation point. All right, and then let's require it. And we'll go down below and add another question. And this one's going to be pretty similar. This is in reference to whether they like to watch sports. Okay, so let's go with the scale once again. So it's a scale question like we had before. All right, and then this question is, how often do you like to watch sports? How often do you like to watch sports? Question mark. All right, please choose an answer below. There we go. And let's do it like we did before on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being not at all, exclamation point, add a little enthusiasm, and then another one saying all the time, exclamation point. We're going to require it, and then we're going to add another one, okay? And this one's going to be a little bit different style of a question. So we get some practice at some other styles of questions as we learn to build these. So let's go to add an item, and in this one, we want them to be able to pick from a list of them, okay? Kind of a preset type of thing. So let's ask them what their favorite fall sport is and give them kind of a multiple choice type of question. All right, so what is your favorite fall sport? Question mark. And then from the drop down here we can choose please pick 1. All right, and then we're going to go to we'll leave it at multiple choice like that, and let's think about our fall sports. We got soccer for some, we got football for some, I know high school girls play volleyball. That's a fall sport typically. In some areas, I mean, it doesn't have to be only a high school sport. Some people like to play golf in the fall. Some people like to play tennis in the fall. Okay, now I'm going to leave mine probably at that. If you want to add a few more, you can. I'm going to add this also, which says add other. So if they have a favorite sport that's not one of the ones I listed, or if you have a few more that you wanted to list, you could. But I'm going to add that as kind of an open-ended type of thing. So they can type in their answer if they have one. Okay. Well, I notice I have a blank one here. That shouldn't be an issue here because it doesn't have an X next to it. So when I require it, I think I'm going to leave it like that. And then let's add on another question asking them what their favorite winter sport is. So add item, multiple choice. Okay. Yeah, you can see how nice the question looks above now. Looked a little bit funky in the last screen. All right, what is your favorite winter sport to play or watch? Okay, and then, I didn't phrase that other one that way. This is a good application of editing, right? We haven't talked about editing, so let's keep these consistent. So I went back up to, that was a quick click. I went up to my fall question. What is your favorite fall sport? Let's add on and change it to say, like the other one, to play or watch. Okay. And then when I go down below, I should be able to, there we go. Now I can edit my next question. What is your favorite winter sport to play or watch? And so as I continue on with this, I should give them a note here. And in the help text it says, please choose an answer below, period. And then we'll give them some choices. I'm going to put in here some typical winter sports: hockey, basketball, skiing/snowboarding, wrestling. Think of that when I think of winter. And then if you have any others that you want to that aren't on my list, feel free. I am going to add other so that they can put their own answer in if it doesn't show up in the list that we have. And then we're going to require that one too. And then let's do one more question here. And let's kind of aim this one at spring. Okay. Which spring sport do you like to play or watch the most? Question mark. All right, and then we're gonna tell them to choose one from this list, and we're gonna give them a drop-down choice now instead. So instead of a multiple choice, let's learn to do choose from a list. And this one's kind of cool because when you have people type in answers sometimes, like yesterday, you sometimes get typing spelling mistakes and stuff. So, by doing it this way, you don't get any errors like that. You get just typical drop-down type of choices here. So, anyhow, let's think about our spring sports. Okay, I think of baseball, and then in some areas, soccer is also a spring sport. So I guess we could put that in here. Personally, I kind of put in golf because I like golf. Maybe softball for some of you. And then if you have any others you want to put in your list other than the ones that we have there, feel free. And again, it's a required question. And so I think we're probably about done with our form. Which spring sport do you like to play or watch the most? How often you watch sports? Fall sport, winter sport, okay. And I want you to add on one more style of question that asks them what's their favorite summer sport. Okay, and then think of your favorite summer sports. And why don't you make this one, since you already did two that were kind of the multiple choice, why don't you make your last one like this where it's choose from a list? Okay. Maybe I'll do that quick too. add item. I can do a choose from a list. And what is your favorite summer sport to play or watch? And then please choose one from this list. Okay, and then you can put whatever sports you want in here. Maybe swimming, golf. I think of your summer sports, I don't know, track and field could have been a spring sport too, and then I think of it. Maybe I'll just put in here running. A lot of people like to run in the summer. So, all right, you put in what you want to put in, but it should be a required question. And then let's see, the confirmation page, your response has been recorded. Let's change that. Let's say this. Thanks for taking my survey. That's what they'll see then when they take the survey. And then it says publish, show a public link to the form results. Let's do that, because this time I wouldn't mind having you kids see the results of the thing and having people be able to look at the form and stuff. So, all right, allow responders to edit responses after submitting if they change their mind. I'm going to leave it like it is. Actually, what I'd like to do is to go up here and change my theme. And let's go down with the magazine theme, if they have it. I wanted to choose magazine homework. It's kind of a sporty survey here. So sailing, save the date, science lab. If you can find a sport survey in here, ski lift, that's kind of neat because you had some winter sports involved and stuff. So that might be our best choice right now. Okay, favorite sports, kids are skiing. That seems appropriate. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it with that for our theme. And then let's click on the View Live Form quick so we can see what it looks like. Okay, so far so good. Okay, now what I would like you to do is this. Okay, now that you've learned how to make a form with some different style questions, let's click up here where it says Send Form. And I want you to send the form to at least 3 of your classmates so that they can actually take the form and then you can get the results. I'll show you how to compile the results tomorrow. So a form doesn't do much good unless you actually invite people to do it. So really, you don't have to do anything in here other than put the names of the people who you would like to take your survey. Okay? And they're all in the Briding Township database. So if you have the name of a student here, let's just look on my class roster for third hour because they were just in class here. So if I wanted Ben Papp to take it, I could choose him. I can add more. Liberty Allen, there we go. Or Emma Allen. Got a lot of Allens. There's Liberty down there. Then we'll leave you out, Liberty. Okay, and so yeah, pick at least 3 different people that you think would participate in your survey. All right, don't send it to kids. Try to send it to some friends. And then when you hit send, they're going to get an email, and they'll be able to follow the link, and they'll be able to take your survey. And then tomorrow, I will teach you how to see the results of your survey. So really, today was similar to yesterday. You learned how to make a form. You learned how to add a couple different styles of questions. And then finally, you learned how to share your form with someone else so they could actually take it. So, all right, 6th graders, good job.